The aim of this video is for you to understand when you're doing the electrolysis work and you see lots of diagrams that look like this. This is the equipment it's representing. So I'm going to talk through the equipment and make you understand which part of the diagram it's about, and then we're going to carry out the experiment. Okay? The point of electrolysis is to split up a compound using electricity. So the compound we're going to split up is in here, and that's the electrolyte. And this is where the electricity is coming from, and it's a power pack, so it's direct current. On our diagram, this one here is the beaker, which you can see next to it. And these lines here are the wires that connect to the power pack. Often in your exam question, you'll see a symbol like this. Can you remember what it is? Hopefully. It's a bulb. And this is to test whether my circuit's working. Is my circuit working at the moment? No. So we need to start labelling our apparatus now. Okay? Ready to label. So we're going to go through and label the diagram, which is often quite a lot of marks on the exam question, and compare it to the equipment that we've actually got here. So the black side coming out of the power pack here is the negative side of the power pack. So this one here is going to be negative. And the negative wire comes all the way down and into the top of this electrode that's sticking into the beaker that you can see here. Can you remember what the negative electrode is called? It's the cathode. And that's one of the things that you need to remember. The other side of this power pack has a red wire coming out of it, and that's the positive side. So we say it's the positive one. My red pen's not working, so it'll have to be green. And do you know what the positive electrode is called? Which is this. It looks the same, but it's only positive because of the current coming into it. Can you remember? This one's the anode. And here, which I've mentioned already, is a symbol that we use in physics in Key Stage 3 to make sure our circuit's working. Can you remember what that's going to be? It's going to be a bulb. And that's just to check the circuit's working. So, if I turn my current on now, I can check that my circuit's working. If I lift my wires, which are not touching my electrodes, out, the bulb goes off. So electricity is flowing through this circuit and it is separating out the zinc chloride. If you look, you can see the bubbles that are forming at the anode, the positive electrode. And at your anode, if you've done the lesson on the rules of electrolysis, you'll know that's either oxygen or a halogen. Zinc chloride. What's your prediction for what those bubbles of gas are? Hope you guessed chlorine. We can test for chlorine gas by using blue litmus paper, and if I put this near the top, it should turn red and then bleach. The blue litmus turning red tells us it's an acidic gas, and you know that chlorine is a bleach. But here we can see, hopefully you can see it's gone a little bit red. See it down there. I'll pop it back just in case it bleaches. There we go. At the cathode, can you remember what your choice is for what you might make at the cathode? Remember, it's a negative electrode, so the positive ions go there. So it's either hydrogen is made, or if it's an unreactive metal, you'll get the metal made in solution. Now this is zinc chloride, so what you should see are little bubbles of hydrogen gas being made there. So actually you can see bubbles at both electrodes. It's really important that you realise that the zinc chloride here, which I've written here, is a solution. So it's zinc chloride solution. That means that zinc chloride is dissolved in water. So as well as the zinc ions and the chloride ions, you've also got two ions from the water present. That's the hydrogen ions and the hydroxide ions. So when you're noticing on exam papers, notice whether in the beaker it says solution or not. Okay. You can see we've been running this a while now, and the chlorine has bleached the litmus paper. What you might not fully understand from this 5 minutes is why it's chlorine and why it's hydrogen being made at these electrodes. And the answer to that, the rules for products of electrolysis, you can gain from another lesson. So the aim of this video is for you to relate all of the diagrams that you see in textbooks, PowerPoints and exam questions to the equipment used for electrolysis. If you understand that these lines are wires and that this is the beaker and these tubes, these rectangles are the electrodes, then you have successfully watched this video.